They do need to rouse themselves for this game to get over the disappointment. Anyway, we're going to pause for the playing of the national anthems.
Hymne national d'Égypte.
So the coaches shake hands. El Afli and Coach Alpha from Cote d'Ivoire, and the players as well. You know they're tired. They've been going at it day after day after day, so this is the end of a long journey, at least in competition. They'll have to go back home as well. Coach Bandera Arthur from Mozambique, Senegal's Sassitou Diagne, and Angola's David Domingos are the referees for today's game. And we can look at the rosters here as we have all tournament long, as well as the starting fives for both teams. And difficult to know how they'll play this one because possibly not as much is at stake. But again, the pride factor and the rankings points are. So the coaches need to weigh up how tired their players are and who can be effective and maybe not as effective as they usually are. And I don't know if you might expect any surprises in terms of lineups or who might stand out, Azania.
No, I don't think so. I just think keep your players fresh. I think a lot of subs I would if I was a coach, because my ladies would be tired. They've played back-to-back games. So definitely a lot of heavy legs. So I would look to do a lot of substitutions throughout the quarters. But, you know, and here's my favorite part.
Okay, go ahead.
No, number 10, Cote's sister, really playing well yesterday. 13.6 rebounds and 6 steals, really filling it up. And then for me, number 7, Doawara, is really struggling. Only had 5 points. She was 1 from 14 here. You see her in the starting lineup.
So Amani, Yomi, Diawara, Fofana, and Kwaku. So really, other than Diawara, it is 4 newcomers in the starting 5.
And that's,
for Cote d'Ivoire,
yeah.
So it's just perhaps not surprising.
Yeah, tired. They played a lot of minutes, obviously. They struggled right there at the end to come back to Congo. And here's Egypt's team. And for me, I feel like who's improved over this tournament is number 15, Galedaway.
Galedaway,
yeah. She's done really well. She had 20 points. She shot 18 8 from 19. You see her in the starting lineup here.
Along with Minatala Awad, Reem Awad, Abdelalim, and Reem Musa.
Yeah, Reem Musa has really come along in this tournament too. Struggling at times, but the last couple of days she has played really, really well. And then for me, you know, we're always here for the superstar, number 8, Dehedi. But for me, as we see the coach here.
Yep, Alpha. Coach Alpha Mane from Cote d'Ivoire, swatting the flies.
Yeah, that's us up here too. The flies have got crazy today. But for me, the Egyptian coach left his best player. Here we see him.
Yep, Ahab Alafli.
He left number 8.
Alafli, excuse me.
He left number 8 on the bench way too long for me yesterday, Jeff. He brought...
Here's a thought. Now,
Let me hear
clearly she's the
Best player.
story
Yeah.
of this Egypt team, and she's definitely the best offensive player. Where is she defensively, and is that part of his thinking that maybe her defense might not be as good? I know she gambles on defense, and she's come up with some steals, but is she where she needs to be defensively? Have you had, I mean, maybe you haven't really taken a deep analysis of that, but...
Well, that's the type of player that she is, and so you should know that. But also, they've been playing zone, so that shouldn't even matter. For me, she is their best offensive scorer, and she's coming in the second quarter. If I am that type, if I'm talking from my opinion, for me to come in the second quarter, I am now cold. I have to find the rhythm of the game. She couldn't find her rhythm. She only had, she didn't have that many points yesterday. They were leading without her. Yes, you could have that argument. She came in and her team was up 22-20 in the second, and that's when she came in with 8 minutes. That's way too long in my opinion.
And, I mean, the other thing that I would say is perhaps...
He forgot about her?
No, anticipating that she was going to be the focal point of the opposition, take her out of it. And when she wasn't in, they actually did quite well.
Yeah, I would agree with
that. They actually made their run when she came into the game. But it's like you said, she didn't have time to get into her rhythm. And
personally, she didn't. You know, individually, but as a team, if you have a good player, then the opposite team is really focusing on her. So that really should open up your teammates.
Yeah.
For me, that's way too long. Sitting your best player for 12 minutes, entirely too long. So we'll see how long she sits there on the bench.
Well, that's why you make the big money. We pay you for your opinions. And
thanks, Jeff. Do you agree with that, or I mean, it could go
I think
both
it's
ways.
I think it's one thought process. I have to say, I have some inside information. Well, I've heard other opinions that it's defensively might not be her strong suit, but she's a great player. Well, welcome back to Dakar, folks. We are in Senegal, West Africa, and this is the penultimate day of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket, and it's Cote d'Ivoire taking on Egypt in a battle for 7th place. And good drive, Kwaku, for Cote d'Ivoire, starting things off, and we have liked her energy and athleticism for Cote d'Ivoire. She seems to have played more and more as the tournament has gone along.
She's definitely a really good player for them. She has a high release, getting on the scoreboard early here.
El Gateway drives in, and one thing we didn't mention, at least I think we didn't, as you look at Musa taking the shot, Reem Musa, was El Gateway's sprained ankle that she had yesterday, so I'm a little surprised that she would be starting. She did sprain it, went to the bench yesterday, and then came back and played some more.
It was just a little tweak, though. Rolled it and came back.
Yeah. There's Diawara, and she is fouled. So a lot of hours on the hardwood for both of these teams, and especially Egypt. You sensed it when they showed up at the arena today. They walked into the arena rather slowly, and Diawara, her struggles continue. She just lit it up in this game. in this competition, but has really had a couple of games where she hasn't been at her best.
Nevertheless, she gets to the line. It's good to see the ball go in the hoop early.
Well, another shot, and this one is good from Awad.
Talking about early, Jeff. You know, I've got fans waking up 6 a.m. watching this game. My best friend, Susan Chaplin, she's up.
Are you giving the shout out to Susan? Nice answer from Cote d'Ivoire. Well, I'm glad that she is. Where is she watching it?
California.
Goodness me.
Yeah. She's expecting her first baby, so she can't sleep. It's not because I'm
okay.
Nice soft bounce there.
Susan, I've had the joy of working alongside of Zany here, and she's been behaving, just so you know. She's had a couple rough moments, but overall she's been okay. I'm not talking about professionally. I know she misses her friends and family. But you know what? That's part of it. You experienced it as a basketball player for Great Britain. You go away, or England into your younger years before they played as Great Britain, and then you have to stay in touch with the phone call, or these days with the internet, with the various
it's much
options.
Easier now.
Yeah,
you can
it is.
FaceTime. When I first moved to America, when I was 16, nice spin move there. I was writing letters home. That makes me feel old. I'm not even that old.
Was that back in the 60s? Nice. Yomi, and she was denied. Good. Reem Musa, yeah. Has played in Brno, the Czech Republic, a wonderful city if you haven't been there. The old days, Gambrinus Brno used to be one of the dominant teams in European women's basketball, not only the Czech Republic. Here's Minatala Awad. And back to Musa. Here's El Gateway, drives in and gets some contact. So it's going to be an interesting team to watch, Egypt, as they move forward. El Gateway. And, you know, when Raneem has the chance to go back to play at Western Kentucky. And not only her, but her teammate.
Yeah, she'll definitely get better over time. Misses second, but good rebound.
Her teammate, Meryl Abdelgawed, so she will also go back.
She's been playing well. I would say she had those three.
Played very well against Cameroon. Struggled a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, didn't she have those three baseline jump shots?
Oh, are you talking about Minatala Awad?
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, the free throw shooter. Yeah, definitely. But she struggled at the free throw line yesterday.
The whole team did. That's what really got Angola back into the game.
Yeah, she and Abdelgawad especially. Diawara drives in and off target. Reem Musa over to Awad. And Yomi knocks it out of bounds.
Good transition run there by Egypt. But
do you know what I've been amazed by is the turnout in the press conferences here. It has been phenomenal. You experienced it last night.
I did. That was the first time I went in there.
Boy, and after the Senegal game, it was like standing room only if you were lucky enough to get in. There's ball goes out of bounds, so it goes back to Cote d'Ivoire. Which is good. That's what I know FIBA wants. They want to have the journalists, the press, be interested in these teams and to write about them and to promote the women's game. Nice drive and finish. Another one by Kwaku, number 11.
I nearly didn't get in there. He said, "Are you a journalist?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a commentator. Let me in."
Or some people would say an official narrator.
Oh, there you go.
Minatala Awad. Boy, she owned. Oh, no, sorry. That was Reem Awad. No, it was. Yeah, sorry. I had it right the first time. We got two Awads, and that is Minatala's spot on the court, as she showed yesterday.
They both look very familiar with that dark ponytail.
Abdel Alim inbounds it to Reem Musa. Relatively slow start here to the game. Musa back to Abdel Alim, and now El Getaway takes the bump and makes the shot. And she seemed like she could not buy a basket at the beginning of this tournament, and now she has figured out how to score.
Sure has. She had 20 last night. Unreal. We've seen her struggle around the basket.
And she needs to get used to that because, well, you can attest to that. If you play in the low post, you're going to take your fair shots to the face, aren't you?
That's
Looks
for
like
sure.
she may have gotten one on the nose there. Good trap by Egypt, and Reem Musa didn't pick it up cleanly, or it was an easy, fast break. And look at that. El Getaway drives in and scores with the left hand.
Quick 5 points for her, so she's definitely here again from last night.
Yep, Kwaku pulls up in mid-range. Now Diawara gets the shot off, and there's the shot that had gone AWOL from Diawara. Now maybe she's going to be back on her way to a big game.
Yeah, she's definitely been struggling.
Kwaku battling for the ball, keeping it away from Abdel Alim. These teams played on the opening day. Well, they played on Sunday, August 11th. And it was Egypt's first game. Cote d'Ivoire won that one 71-67. So there are no secrets between these two teams. Diawara had 32 points in that game.
I would say Egypt has definitely got better since that first game of the tournament.
And maybe Cote d'Ivoire has certainly looked average or below average against the Congolese yesterday, although the Congolese can do that to teams. Now Diawara loses possession as she gets close to midcourt. Awad doesn't hesitate, puts it up. Abdel Alim goes in, and Nanu fouls her. So a very sluggish phase or sequence. Ooh. Nanu collared her. And this was El Gadaway making that shot.
Nanu should get that, but she had no box out there. And she fouls. Bit of a silly foul, but fatigue is for sure set in for both of these teams. A slow kind of start, but nevertheless, they're out here and playing, so good on them. This is their 6th game of the tournament.
Look at that, the anticipation. And Musa goes in and draws the foul. Almost had a three-point play opportunity. And Cote d'Ivoire are very sloppy right now and a little bit careless. And that's one thing Egypt will do. You can't fall asleep on them. That was a very bad pass.
That's for sure. Yesterday was their first game that they had the lead, and unfortunately couldn't hold it. But all their other games throughout this tournament, they've had to fight and dig themselves out of a huge hole at times to either win or get close to. So it'll be interesting to see as they take the lead here and if they can hold the lead throughout the 40 minutes.
Cote d'Ivoire also had a lead yesterday. They were up by 14 points on the Democratic Republic of Congo and just were dominated after that. Still had a chance late in the game, but there's Diawara checking out. So she was guilty of the turnover. Another turnover after the pressure on Kouyaté. And in all honesty, it looks more like Cote d'Ivoire is struggling fatigue-wise. There's Awad. She loves that spot on the floor. That's the Awad spot. And the teams go to the bench. Look at this. Automatic. Every single time. Mid-range, baseline, Awad, 2 points. She must take that shot in practice 50 times a day. at least.
At least.
Elles ne font pas bien. Elles restent toutes serrées ici. Les grandes là, il y en a qui n'ont qu'à venir se mettre, éviter de venir vous mettre dans le coin. Dès que vous arrivez en bordure de ligne, elles vont venir faire trappe sur vous. Hein? Évitez ça. Voilà comment elles le font. Elles font ça comme ça ici. Là, 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 là. Mais voilà le cœur ici. Mettez une fille ici, une fille là. Une fille là. Maintenant, si vous voulez aussi, vous mettez une fille en bas ici parce qu'elles sont trop montées dans leur zone presse. Et puis c'est serré. Tu peux faire de longues transversales. La plus grande là, tu peux rester ici. Si vous mettez dans les intervalles, celle qui mène la balle, il faut venir au milieu, éviter d'aller vous mettre dans les corners là. Si vous donnez la balle ici, elle engage après. خلي رنين تاخد الطويله بره ونوره خد الكره تحت العب ضهرك لحد المربع
Also looking for a turnaround here from Cote d'Ivoire over the last 4 minutes. But they've given up a lot of points here, and a lot of it is because of the turnovers. And over and back, another turnover for Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, a little trap right there from Egypt. I haven't seen that much from them, but they get the turnover. Ivory Coast just needs to take their time, catch the ball, and also their teammates need to come and help them. Good defense. Great.
They don't even get off a shot, so much better from Cote d'Ivoire, although a little lost by Egypt there. That's really Moose's job, isn't it? She's got to look up at the shot clock. She was right there. Abdelalim fouls Kwaku down low. It's only the second team foul on Egypt.
Egypt back in the zone. They played a lot of minutes in the zone, especially when Fatima Ali is in the game. She clogs up the paint, giving teams trouble, so this is definitely their strength.
And Kouyaté misses with her drive. Kouyaté's sisters not the same force yet that we have seen. Abdel El Garaway passes it. Egypt doing a good job. Awad. Reem Awad misses, and here comes Kouyaté in Cote d'Ivoire. Well, what is Bertie doing? He seems almost hesitant to take that shot.
Yeah, she has the last couple of games. We saw her on fire. And the last, I would say, 2 to 3 games, she just wants to pass it. She's not even looking for her offense. But
there she is again.
Sure is.
The Awad spot.
Yeah.
Minatala Awad every time.
That baseline 15-footer, that is her shot. She hasn't missed it yet.
10 points. Look at that. Impressive shooting from Minatala Awad. There's Bertie, and good rotation, but a little too long. But Nanu there to get the rebound. Looked like the ball slipped out of her hands, and Bertie puts it up and in.
A well-needed basket for Ivory Coast. A little bit of a drought for them. They need to get out in transition. They need to get some offense before Egypt can set their sluggish zone that slows them down.
Good play, attacking the basket, and Reem Awad will go to the line. So a little bit of pain there felt by Kouyaté. She goes out. I don't know, was it the stomach area that she got hit? Excuse me, it's...
Yeah, I think she got winded. Just got hit.
She's being cared for by also the Red Cross medical service personnel.
Yeah, Jeff, you've had to see them a couple times this tournament.
Actually, that was Kolga. Is it Kolga that's going out? Or no, it's Mabel Amani.
Number
I'm trying to
19.
make out her number. Is it 19? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Is it 19 or 99? 99.
Oh, yes. So, she took a shot to the midsection. So, Edvige Jejamel. So hopefully she's going to be okay, but they're stretching her out. Bringing her knees up to her stomach. Out of the picture of the camera, you can't see it. Anyway, if you keep looking, you might be able to make it. No, behind the basket. No, she's a little bit too far behind over there. But anyway, ball goes out of bounds. It's never good to see a player go down like that, but the game does get physical sometimes. It usually is physical. Musa back behind the line. There she is again. Number 15, Ranim El-Gateway. And she continues to impress, at least offensively. What would you like to see her work on?
Her defense.
Her defense.
Look
But
at her standing here.
does she need to work on her strength at all? There she is.
Yeah, but she gets the rebound. It's like maybe she saves her strength on the she relaxes and catches her breath on the defense so she can do this on the offense. I don't know, but she's not active enough for me. But it's definitely working for her. Some strengths are some other people's weaknesses, vice versa.
Here's Awad. She's been tormenting them. And that's where she's been making her shots, that very area.
Yeah, good shot there.
So Soraya Deheri's come into the game and has been fouled, so she goes to the line. And she comes in right at the end of the first quarter and makes the first free throw. Automatic.
But at least she's in the first quarter. That's when I would like to see her in the game, not the second quarter. So, you definitely heard me up here, Jeff.
Well, apparently there's been a lot of interest back in Egypt about her performances. I know that
She's
the
made a
Egyptian
highlight
delegation
reel.
has been getting a lot of phone calls about how the team's doing, how Soraya Deheri doing. Interesting. And a lot of that's because of the social media. I mean, it's impossible to keep her out of the social media, the type of player that she is. That was a foul. So Cote d'Ivoire, that was only the third team foul for Egypt, so no free throws. And a very, shall we say, listless performance so far by Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, they're still sleeping.
Into Nanu. Look at the coach talking to El-Gateway.
Going back to Soraya Deheri, she has had a highlight reel every game. She's been top 5 players every single day. She's definitely an awesome player as she goes backdoor here.
Yeah, backdoor doesn't finish that time. Unusual to see her not make a layup. And that's how the first quarter finishes. Egypt have come out better and put 25 points on the board here. They lead it 25-13 over Cote d'Ivoire.
Here we see first quarter stats for Egypt. 7 from 12, 0 from 1, only shooting 1 3-pointer, but 6 from 17, shooting 35%. Ivory Coast only scoring 13 points here in the first quarter. They really need to figure out some sort of energy, some sort of spark from their players. I feel like fatigue has really set in for Ivory Coast. They've played some really tough games. But then again, so has Egypt. You know, they had a tough loss playing all the way down to the last seconds against Angola. They obviously want it more. They're playing their style. So Ivory Coast definitely have to talk about something here, come out in the second quarter and do much, much better if they're going to think about winning this game.
Second quarter action underway. Egypt with possession and a little bit tougher defense offered by Cote d'Ivoire and a little bit quicker reaction here with the outlet pass, and Olga takes it down low and gets a basket, and all of a sudden there's an extra hop in the step. Maybe Alpha's told the girls, hey, listen, if you don't pick up the performance, you're walking home. That would be a long walk.
Sure is.
Abdel Alim drives in, and Nanu had a good job defense there on her, so ball goes back over to Cote d'Ivoire.
Great job by Ivory Coast coming out here in the second. Get a quick early basket and a turnover.
Nanu dumps it off to Berti, and here comes Cote d'Ivoire. Oh, beautiful pass. Just makes it so easy. Looked like she was going to pass it over to Reem Awad.
And a no look.
And instead gave it to her center.
Yep. And that's her first play on the highlight reel.
Nanu. Wow. What was going on? Everybody stopped playing. Cote drives in. Nobody rebounding for Egypt. Standing around.
Egypt's coach on the sideline there, losing his mind.
There's Berti. I mean, we've been talking about this for the last two games. She was the obvious candidate, Salimatu Berti, to really step up when they were struggling, and just seemed reluctant to do so.
Yeah, she definitely hasn't been looking to shoot, been passing first, but there she is, lighting it back up. That's exactly what Ivory Coast needs at this point. But, you know, we've seen Egypt, they're always coming back. Maybe they want to get down, you know, they want to be losing and then they can fight back. That's the style that they like to play. Obviously, they're letting this lead go, down to 7 now.
Good jump shot, three-pointer. Well,
the Egyptian queen of highlights is back.
Back in front by 10 points now. Good anticipation there from Musa. This jumper in the lane from Nanu. Dehedi. Now, Fatma Ali. Ball hit, goes out of bounds. Nope, she just threw it out of bounds. What do you think about her? Do you think she has a future?
Yeah, she definitely has
size
and presence.
But in terms of size and presence, you think she's a good international player or prospect?
And she has good timing. She blocks good shots. You know, she helps them in that zone.
Dehedi in the open floor this time, not able to get it to Awad. And Kouyaté has it for Cote d'Ivoire. Nanu's going to take it from 3. And it's the offensive rebounds that are really keeping Cote d'Ivoire alive here. Kouyaté. Now Musa. Right up the middle of the court she goes. Considers her options. Sharaway's come into the game, number 41.
They're denying Dahedi so hard. They don't want her to get the ball, and here they have called an unsportsmanlike foul. I think maybe grabbed her arm here. We won't see it on the highlights. It's on the other side of the court. Well, I'm happy to see Ivory Coast has come out to play in this second quarter because they were very, very sluggish, look tired, so I'm glad they're here. As she misses the first, they definitely turned up in the second quarter, turning over Egypt and managing to get some good offense going.
Well, definitely not the highlight of the tournament for Dahedi, but...
No.
There she is.
They're a Nike team, aren't they? Egypt?
I don't know. There's, could be. There's a shot and the rebound. And now up ahead and the ball intercepted. Nope. Goes back over. Sharaway tried to get it. And Kouyaté fouled by Fatma Ali.
She looks in shock there because she's definitely had harder fouls than that. It's the first. Ivory Coast definitely finding a way to get to the line. It's the second.
Well, 7-point game here. Certainly Egypt very capable of blowing a lead, as we saw yesterday. But they'll go wide missing from the wing. Flies are definitely a little more active today. I don't know why.
Flies are driving me crazy today. Sorry,
Diawara hits a 3, and just like that, it's a 4-point game. And timeout. Afi called the timeout to talk about this, and why not? Here's Diawara.
Great hit from her. Finally, she's got going for her team. They definitely needed that as we listen in to the timeout.
رجعتوا تاني الكرة بقت باصت والله من الباك كورت للفرونت كورت وان باس واحنا واقفين في الزون شاط ال3 بونت. في كده في عدم تركيز كده كل واحدة راجعة على الاريا بتاعتها على الاريا فيها بني ادم على الاريا فيها لعيبة يا بنات ازاي ارجع كده بدون وعي ارجع ازاي تاخدها تشوطها 3 بونت.
Vous faites ça seulement quand une vient ici, l'autre est là. Après, quand l'autre descend, l'autre monte. Toujours la même manière. Hein? On continue de tourner, on n'est pas pressé. Kani, tu as changé ton foot. Tout à l'heure, tu fais ça, ça rentre pas. Continue comme tout. Tu viens chercher la faute.
عامل من داون داون لازم دي تيجي فاضية.
1, 2, 3. Defense.
Well, that's interesting. 14 points coming from the bench for Cote d'Ivoire today. So much basketball going on, whether it's in the regions, like here in Africa, in Europe.
Australia played.
Australia.
Played
The
Canada
national
today.
teams are getting warmed up for the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. Yeah, the Asia Women's Cup is going to be coming up in Bengaluru again. which will be great. That was where it was in 2017. And Dahedi launches the three. Ball bounces out to El Shaarawy. Musa. Well, nobody picks her up. Oh, she just read the pass, intercepted. She's off to the races. And, usually misses the layup. Could have handed it off to Musa. But again, if you are the Khedi, you're thinking, I'm going to make this every time. And now foul. So a rare free throw coming for Cote d'Ivoire in this game. Kouyaté. And that was because of the swiping motion.
From Fatma Adli, that's her second. So let's see how long he keeps her out there for. Ooh, rimmed in and out. It's the second.
And here they come. Yeah, Cote d'Ivoire's men will be playing at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in China, in Beijing.
Oh, will they?
Yeah, they'll be, and really I think they got a favorable draw for them. It couldn't have been any better. They'll play China in the group phase along with Poland and Venezuela.
Not a bad group.
So
I've never seen their men play. I've seen the others.
yep, they got a good team. Musa launches it, and El Shaarawy hustles in to get the rebound. Another of the players that played college ball in America, St. Peter's.
That's a great rebound by her.
Abdelgawad, her shot rims out. Great defense. So 15 on the shot clock. Yeah, it'll be the first time ever. I don't know if you're aware of this, Azania, that we'll have 32 teams in the FIBA Basketball World Cup. So it's going to be an amazing experience. The groups will be played in 8 cities in China. It is going to be a spectacle. Here's the Khedi on the break. And she was rejected. What's going on today?
She's tired, Jeff.
Yeah. 6 points the advantage. I would not be surprised the way this game is going if Cote d'Ivoire come back and take the lead by halftime.
That's for sure.
Look at the shoes come off.
Yeah.
And the captain.
Run right out of them. She did a really good job there. As we see the big block, good timing.
Yeah, she got it before.
Definitely
Sneakily.
was right.
It was legit.
Yep. So there's 32 teams in
So
this.
there'll be 32 teams in the FIBA Basketball World Cup in China. And, yeah, you know, 8 different cities.
I'll definitely
groups
be
of
watching.
4. And you have to finish in the top 2 of your group to advance to the second round. And in that group, you have to finish in the top 2 to go on and make it
They need to get a shot up
to
here.
the quarterfinals. So we get it off. Fofana there for the offensive rebound and putback. That's a 4-point game.
I'll definitely be tuning into your games, Jeff.
Well, thank you. I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, please. I'll text you to remind.
Okay. Abdelgawad gets in.
Another nice block by her. 2 in a row.
Under 3 minutes to go, and Kolga. Egypt's defense needs to liven up a bit. And it does, and now a chance to run, but intercepted. And back it goes to Fofana. And then Reem Awad had position, but didn't rebound it.
Blocks don't seem to be a big deal in Afrobasket here, as we see the
What
foul.
does?
Blocks. When I used
Oh.
to block somebody, I would yell, "Get that out of here!"
But they just swat it and
and just
keep
calmly
playing.
walk off. Not I. In my playing days,
You always wanted to.
shout. It's great momentum.
Did you learn
it's
that?
like a dunk.
Did you learn that by playing in America?
Yeah, probably.
3-point attempt? Nope. It was long for Diawara. It is a way to protect the rim and then kind of intimidate and get your fans on their feet. And the team fired up. Good hands by number 5.
It's a good momentum
Mabel.
swing for me as well. I think so. There's not that much dunking, but actually Donge last night, as we see the drive here from Rimusa, Donge for Mozambique attempted a dunk.
Yeah, she did. Probably should have had it.
Yeah, she grabbed the rim, the ball just bounced out.
You only live once.
So you got to dunk it.
But maybe she had to do it all over again. She would not have done that. And Cote misses because she missed the dunk.
Yeah.
And they suffered a close defeat. But anyway.
Egypt's coach there.
Never turned back.
Jeff, look at him. He's going crazy because they are not rebounding the ball.
Not at all. Exactly. And now the lead is just 2 points.
Definitely getting a few more grays over there, Jeff. No doubt.
This is what happens.
Losing his
they
mind.
hit these funks when it comes to rebounding and also turnovers.
There, the assistant coach says, the second shot, please. Rebound, box out. My Arabic is getting so good.
It really is. I'm
Throughout
impressed.
all this tournament.
Look at that. Berti, 7 points. Salimata Berti. And really the mystery. For me, she's the mystery player in this team. The mystery player because she seems reluctant to really take over.
I wonder if that's what she's been told to do, play the play, but you're definitely right. She has the ability to fill it up really, really quickly.
She's 30 years of age.
So she's experienced, so it is baffling to me.
Doesn't play a ton of minutes, but for example, against Tunisia, she had 13 points, looked really good, 3 of 4. But she just did not carry that over against the Congo yesterday. And now the turnover, and Cote d'Ivoire can tie it or take the lead. So their fortunes have started to spiral downward here at the end of the first half. But we called it. It looked like things weren't going well for them. Wonder what we're having for lunch today. Here's Diawara.
I had the fish yesterday. It's the best thing for me at this point in the tournament.
Mabel misses, and Mabel Amani, and it goes back to Egypt.
I must admit, the food has been delicious here.
It has been delightful.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was going to be this good.
Huh? All right.
No complaints from me.
So timeout on the court as the teams go back to the bench. We are by the seaside, and it's wonderful. Fresh fish all the time. Nice juices. There's Jed Jamel, so she's okay. Back on the bench.
And there's no shortage. What?
Look at Kwaku doing what you're doing up here. She's
Fanning you.
she's fanning her teammates, Diawara, and also Mabel.
It's definitely hotter today, and there's no fans in here. Yesterday it was obviously boiling because it
They
was
switched off the air
10,000.
conditioning.
Maybe. There was 10,000 people in here, so no doubt it was going to be hot. But it feels the same temperature.
It was. I wonder if these teams stuck around last night to watch the what happened. It was pretty incredible how
The lights went out.
Senegal trailed by 19 points, and they came back and won the game. And then during the celebrations, there was a court invasion, which obviously you don't want to see. And then the lights went out, and it was like, what's going on?
It just turned into a big Senegalese party. They were very, very happy with their team coming back, being down so many points.
Sharaway tried to get it to got away. Now Diawara hands it off, and we've got a tie game. And it's just been an exercise of how to come back into the game and how to nosedive. Nosedive by Egypt. More of what we saw yesterday.
Another steal.
And a double dribble by Mabel Amani gives it back.
But the play before, that was probably their first transition easy basket for Ivory Coast. So definitely want to see a few more of those, as they can run on this Egypt team. They're not the quickest.
So Sharaway goes out, and Minatala Awad comes back in. See if she gets to launch one from the baseline. And the Senegalese referee blows the whistle, and after the 5 count, and it really has just gone bad for Egypt here. And this is the type of dip in form and concentration which has cost them a spot in the pre-qualifiers, in my opinion.
That's for sure. They've definitely had big, big lows on offense and defense where they just get so sluggish. They get very undisciplined, start to foul, make silly turnovers, and let the other team get back in the game.
Well, they're fortunate to be going to halftime knotted at 32, but that is indeed the score. It's 32-32. We're 20 minutes into the battle for 7th place between Egypt and Cote d'Ivoire. Well, Zania, if it's a tough game to play, it certainly has looked a harder game to play for Egypt here in the closing stages of the first half, because after going in front with a comfortable lead of 14 points, they have allowed Cote d'Ivoire to come back and tie it.
Yeah, they're not making life very easy for themselves. They do such a good job to get in front, work so hard, turn over Ivory Coast, and then they just kind of fall apart at every seam. But no doubt have we seen Egypt fight out of a hole. They're a team, like I said, is a roller coaster. Right now they're on a dip, and they will come back in the second. No doubt you will see them fight back into the lead.
Well, if you, I'm not sure that we're going to get any stats, so we'll just take a quick peek at the ones that we've got, because we've been keeping a running tally. What we do, we want to be in the know, so to speak. Would you like me to do it, or do you want to?
It's usually my job, but I'll let you do.
I'll just say Egypt are 10 of 26 inside the arc. They've hit just 1-3. They're 1 of 7. They have made their free throws today, which is something that they haven't done in this tournament always. They're 11 of 13 at the charity stripe, and they are knotted despite being out-rebounded 27-21. Cote d'Ivoire with a higher percentage inside. Well, a lot more shots inside, actually, the arc. 12 of 33, 36.36%. They're 2 of 11 from deep. And in terms of turnovers, 7 turnovers for Cote d'Ivoire, 13 for Egypt. And how have they been punished? Well, it's pretty level. Egypt has scored 8 points off the Cote d'Ivoire turnovers, and Cote d'Ivoire 7 off those from Egypt. But we're at halftime, and it's all tied at 32. We'll be right back.
Love is the best place to find love.
and what a shooter's roll there. Cote gets swatted.
Really great block, good timing by C.
Ooh, shaking and baking, Maiga. Traore banks it in. Wow.
That was a lovely turn of events for Mali there.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark of a thriller, a semifinal. Cote drives in.
And fouled.
And fouled. What a tremendous play. Oh, wow. Kalu took it away from Tuti Gandega. Oh, she gets rejected by Terrera. Get that out of here, she says. Well, Diawara and Cote d'Ivoire have fought back to tie the game at 32 apiece against Egypt. The battle for 7th place here at the FIBA Women's Afrobasket. And interesting to see if they can continue with that momentum or if Egypt can rediscover their form that they had earlier in the game today. But it does look like it's one of these weird games, isn't it, Azania? Egypt were more in the flow, and then after a timeout, Cote d'Ivoire in the second quarter came out and just played a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, a little bit more sense of purpose, and they just cut into what was a 14-point deficit, just erased it immediately and tied the game.
I think as Egypt looks back on this tournament and what they could do better is definitely holding the lead, getting the lead and holding the lead. El Getaway, number 15, started off hot. She's been doing well for her team, so hopefully they could go back in. We'll see if Sarayda Hedi starts this quarter also. But the zone is working for them, but I think Ivory Coast has to, as soon as they get the rebound, push in transition offense and get a quick basket, as they are the quicker team. But somehow Egypt gets teams to really slow down, become real lethargic in their offense, and that has been their benefit. But no doubt throughout this whole tournament we've seen Egypt come back with definitely a wave of offense, so we will be here for sure to see it. Here comes the third quarter and some more basketball, Jeff.
Well, I can't wait.
Ball is life.
Absolutely.
Have you heard of that before?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking, because you're not a baller. You're just a...
No, I used to be a baller.
Back in the day.
Look, Salamata Berti's a baller. She's got 7 points. I'm more of a biker now. My old, too many sprained ankles in my day.
I'm a biker too, Jeff.
But a cyclist biker, not a...
Yeah. None of this. We got to work out too. We're retired. We got to stay in shape. As you've been running around the arena, he came up to sit down and he was in a full sweat as he ran up the stairs.
That's why I have just sat here and examined the stats during the halftime break, because I was curious where the game might be won and lost. And I didn't want to get any more sweat on my back, because it is kind of warm in here today. Oh, and here you go. Reem Awad almost with the steal. Egypt, their best moments really in this tournament have come when they've kind of made the game kind of frantic, kind of chaotic, and they've already started like that. Awad outside to Gateway. Ooh, that was literally the same spot where she rolled her ankle yesterday, but she's coming back. And I wouldn't say she's necessarily hustling back, but ball goes out of bounds, and I think it's going to be...
It was tipped from behind, so the referees are going to talk about it. Hopefully to get the call right.
It's the best thing to do.
They're
Put
also
your
a
heads
team.
Together. Yeah, they are. We've seen that every day. A lot of talking, but now a turnover. What happened? The ball was inbounded to Egypt.
No. The referee wanted it to be Ivory Coast ball, but the referee gave it to Egypt. And
you mean the other referee?
Yeah, the other referee. I thought they talked about it. They're a team out there.
Well, that was a breakdown. Communication. But at least they got it right in the end. Diawara was like, what's going on? Kwaku. Colgate in the game. Here's Kwaku, but then loses it out of bounds.
For me, Egypt needs to get something more on their offense. They're just standing still for me. Too stagnant. They need some sort of movement, some sort of screens, and they should get an easier basket from that.
Minatala Awad, for the first time, I'm going to stand up, Azania, during the broadcast. And Diawara takes it right away and then is fouled.
I think I'll join you.
Is it Azra that picks up the foul? It is indeed.
Well, Jeff, this tournament's not only taking a toll on the players, it's definitely taking a toll on my voice today. I keep losing it. It keeps cracking.
And Awad gets it over to Reem Awad.
Rolled ankle on the other end. I think as she just rebound the ball, she tweaked it. Oof.
Hope she's okay. It's the last thing you want is on the last day of the tournament to get an injury. Oof. Right there. Here. Oof. So she came down.
Somebody's foot.
One of the fresher players, they're losing her. Will they tape it up, put her back out? I guess they'll just look at it real quick, see how it goes. So yeah, we're getting a good look at Azra Maged Hosni Mbakar for the first time. Number 10 for Egypt, and good defense.
Great defense from Ivory Coast, staying tall.
Yomi back in the game, crosses midcourt.
Egypt back in this zone. They stand still.
Yomi passes over to Diawara, who launches a three. It's good.
Thank you.
Third three-pointer of the day.
Thank you for coming to play.
Nice over-the-shoulder pass. They'll get away. Short. And Yomi falls down. And Menatala Awad. And suddenly Egypt starting to slip into their day one form here with their shooting around the basket. Awad. Another opportunity. They'll get away. Over to Abdel Alim and banks it in.
El Getaway always lets out these little squeamish like screams.
Does she? Is that her?
Yeah, they crack me up.
I can hear it.
Oh man, it's her the whole time. So funny.
Shaking and baking. And picking up the loose ball was Nanu. Here's Asra Bakr, and her pass goes off the hands of El Getaway. Uh-oh, she might be coming out after that.
Well,
I thought we were going to get a good look at her, but it's going to be Reem Musa who comes back in. So her appearance was brief. And she goes to walk away. I'm not sure what's going on out of her picture. It's almost as if the coach has told her to go to the locker room. I don't know what happened. Anyway, haven't seen anything like that. Certainly all not as well in the Egypt camp. Here's Reem Musa. Awad steps into. Here comes Hannah. Mabel. And Yomi bounce pass to Fofana. Yomi keeps it alive, gets the ball back in. Good hustle by Yomi. And then Diawara just fumbles the ball away. And Mabel goes for it. Now a chance to break. And Egypt will come away with points on this trip. And they get it back to a 1-point lead. Mabel Amani over to Diawara. Diawara with 8 points today, so she only has 2 threes. One of them must have been a 2. And now a foul down low. That was Egypt's last basket. And Gateway. Well, Gateway has, after that shot, 11 points to lead all the scorers on the court here. And you saw that Abdel Alim has a little bit of foul trouble. She's fortunate there that the ball was awarded to Egypt because it looked like she might have touched it. Reem Musa up to Awad, and she gets swatted by Fofana.
Nice by Fofana.
And good job by Menatala Awad to knock it back into the hands of Egypt. Abdel Alim puts up a 3.
Yes, it's unfortunate for Fofana. She got the big block but just couldn't reel in the ball on the rebound. And Egypt capitalized with a 3-point shot.
Oh, good play again. A gateway and now an unsportsmanlike foul. That is, I have to say, being weeded out of the game because that's what the unsportsmanlike foul. It's one reason why they have it. It does nothing for the game of basketball to reach out and foul and prevent a player from going down for a layup. So Reem Awad is at the free throw line trying to take advantage, and she does. Makes the first. Egypt will maintain possession after this. And Dakheri, meanwhile, remains on the bench. Second one is good. Oh, wow. So it's going to be a 4-point advantage. Reem Musa, good, the 3-pointer. I'll tell you, this Egypt team is just up and down, and right now they are up, and they've gone in front by 7 points. They've got the offensive flow back. Yomi drives in for Cote d'Ivoire. And now off to El Gateway. Watch the bounce pass. Nope, it's going to be an over, not the bounce pass, and now Diawara loses it. And I think Egypt are frustrated they didn't get points at that end, and I'm sure for good reason. But I don't think it was El Gateway's fault.
And Egypt sleep. You're seeing a replay, but Egypt completely went to sleep on that.
Yomi picks up the interception, and Kwaku back on the court, obviously, after the sprained ankle, or the turned ankle, so she's okay. El Gateway with the rebound, and Kwaku chasing her. Seems to be getting around okay, so it must not have been that serious.
Yeah, it was just a little tweak. Those ones really are shock. Real
It'll
hurt
be
for a
sore.
second. Yeah.
It'll be sore tomorrow.
Yeah, but you can definitely play on it.
El Gateway goes down with Fofana. The picture of El Gateway getting up is pretty much, we are in the second half of our last game. She was definitely flung down there by Fofana. This run has started after the block from Fofana, which is odd, isn't it? You would have thought that would have sparked her team.
Yeah, but I did tell you at halftime that Egypt will make this roller coaster run, and no doubt will then
have a dip
the
again.
dip.
And you think that's because of their conditioning and mental approach?
100%. And also just their experience. They don't know how to finish. That's a nice finish.
A 3! Goodness me.
That's a lovely finish, but they just don't know how to execute and their game plan all the way through. Yes, I think it is conditioning, but also experience at this level. But then they are playing an Ivory Coast who's aren't that good at finishing either.
And Awad takes the pass and was blocked. And as good as they've been, Egypt, for the last couple of minutes, they've also missed a couple of layup opportunities. Fofana. And drives all the way in, earns the foul.
And not much contact here, look, but the big swipe down is so easy for the referee to pull.
Look at the three-pointer from Reem Awad. And now she picks up the foul.
I would definitely have to say these are the 7th and 8th team in this tournament. They're playing for the right spots, in my opinion. Definitely have to work on a fair few things if they want to get the top 6 the next Afrobasket.
Well, don't forget, both of these teams had double-digit leads yesterday in their big games for the pre-qualifiers, and they blew it. Fofana, another drive. So she's got her own little personal run going here.
How I like Fofana. She's a pretty good little player. She comes off the bench, gives them great size.
Could have played a little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
And Minatala Awad almost traveled. Now Yomi wins the battle for the rebound. Adelgoed is going to come in. Salamata Berti. Nope. Good hustle, but saves it in bounds to Kwaku. And it's going to be Cote d'Ivoire basketball. You like saying Ivory Coast better, don't you?
I
Cote
do.
d'Ivoire.
I find it
think-
difficult. It's quite like gets
tongue
stuck on my
twister.
tongue. Yeah. I have to think
Cote
about
d'Ivoire.
it. Cote d'Ivoire. I have to think about it more.
Lunch service has arrived. Thank you very much. Our tickets. Thank you. Come on. The man with the plan. Come on. Now, shot clock expires. Got to realize at a FIBA Women's Afrobasket like this, there's so many people working so hard
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes, or to bring you these pictures.
The graphics,
It's been terrific.
film, the camera guys working hard.
Terrific performance by everybody. There's Reem Awad. Three-pointer is good. I've got no complaints about anything, in all honesty, except maybe just the drive back to the hotel, but what can you do? It's a long one. At least we have great company. Here's a good turn, and a getaway with the rebound now. Reem Musa.
She's got away with a carry there.
She's carrying it like a loaf of bread. Here she is, and a block. Illegal screen, Abdel Alim. That's number 4. She will go to the bench. And Kwaku goes out of the game. Nope, we're going to have timeout on the floor. 1:34 to go in the third quarter, and it's an 8-point lead for Egypt, which means it's anybody's game.
Do you think I'll get in trouble if I scream, "Put number 8 in, Soraya Dehede"?
He clearly is, I don't know.
I'm up high here, Jeff.
I'm not sure
Good.
what his thought process
What's
is.
his game plan for her? I don't know. For me, as her fan,
Could
I
be-
would like to see her play.
Yes.
But then she has struggled today, this game.
Yeah.
But is that because she comes in so late?
That seems to be the reasoning that you latch on to every time.
I'm 100% sure she came in with 1 minute to go in the first quarter and struggled. And then here she hasn't come in yet. We're at 1 minute 34, the third. She doesn't look like she's subbing in.
I'm of the opinion that Soraya Dehede is one of the most celebrated figures in this FIBA Women's Afrobasket and has really captured the imagination. So yes, I would like to see her play more as well. But Al-Alfani is paid to coach and make these decisions, and it's down to him. But we have many memories of Soraya that we can look back on.
I would like more. It's the last day.
Well, maybe she will come in. We'll see.
The trapping
You
here.
just never know what's going on. You know what I mean? We're not with the team 24/7.
No, we don't. You're right.
Here's the penetration, the drive, and the basket from Mabel. Hannah Mabel Amani.
Nice little drive down the middle of the paint there.
She's playing D on Musa. Now, Al-Shaarawy open for 3, but puts up an air ball. The expressions on the Egyptian coach's face are
Priceless.
yes. Berti for 3, off the back of the iron, and now here comes Reem Awad. Nice drive. And nice position note. She loses it. Here comes Berti. Bounce pass to Kwaku, and that was a nicely executed break.
Yep. Nice 5-on-4 there.
Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Musa takes it early.
Another air ball.
He's left a little bit of time here for Cote d'Ivoire. See if they can take advantage.
Here's the dip that I was talking about.
Are they aware? No, they are not.
Nope.
Not even aware. You got to be aware. Yep, that's exactly what the coach is saying.
Unreal, please.
You have to know how much time there is. So, at the end of three quarters, 50-46 in favor of Egypt.
Put my stats up here. Thank you very much, guys. 15%, 2 from 13 from the three-point line for Ivory Coast. 17, excuse me, from 47. Ivory Coast has managed to somehow keep in this game, and because they know they can get Egypt in one of their lulls, they have really good offensive spells, and then they just turn over the ball, they don't finish around the basket. So Ivory Coast is doing a good job staying in this game here. They're only down 4 as they go into the fourth. It's anyone's game. Egypt's coach is over there losing his mind. He has every right to, because they have done, really well to get the lead and then lose it. So Ivory Coast needs to just look after the ball here, get good offensive possessions, and potentially win this game.
Well, here's one aspect about these two teams that is probably worth highlighting. A lot of young players, especially for this Cote d'Ivoire team. Just real quickly, before we go back to live action, Safietou Kolga is 22, the starting point guard, and we're watching the backup, Hannah Mabel Amani today. She's 23. Tracy Yomi is 24. Diawara herself is 24. She's the potentially the real star. Fofana's 33, so she's a veteran, and Berthe's 30. And the Kouyates are 29. That's Tani. And Mariama is 31. So Bogdani is 22 and Kwaku is 26. So it's not an old team. Nanu's 22 and Jejamel's 30. So overall a young team. And see the turnover game there. And
good
another
finish.
Opportunity here for Cote d'Ivoire to pile on the misery for Egypt.
Yep. And that might explain, that is the reason why they are lacking that experience and to stay consistent throughout the game. And this is exactly why they have this roller coaster. Both teams truly do. They have great spurs. Yeah, they have great spurs and then slowly just, go to sleep. Also, they both struggle around the basket, putting easy layups in. That also comes with time and experience.
Abdelgoued with her team leading by 1, gets it off to her Western Kentucky teammate. Now Reem Musa. Abdelgoued open. El Gateway gets the rebound, but is tied up. She's gonna have to be helped up. And look at this. No foul, she was tied up. Good, no call. Just the conditioning has to be good, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially when you're playing this many games in a tournament. You don't realize how much of an effect it causes on your body if you're not in great shape.
Now Bellamani gets it over to Berti. Oh,
wow.
Excellent effort. And incredibly, missed the layup. And then Egypt did not get the rebound. Kwaku If Yomi makes this, it's the lead, and yes, it is.
Yes. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, but you just messed up my phone charger.
Sorry.
Very sensitive.
Slam my hands on the
That's
table.
just fine. Here we go, and a chance for Awad. I think it's going to take another timeout for Egypt to turn this thing around.
Ivory Coast need to push it. Look, see, Egypt hasn't even turned around on defense. If they just pushed in offense, they would get a quick basket easy without having to work so hard on offense.
Sharaway. Well, your favorite player is getting ready to check back in the game on the next dead ball. You can see Soraya Tahedi is Abdelgawade tripped up by Salimata Berti.
Did she play in the third at all?
I do not think so. She should be well rested.
Just over there rotting on the bench.
Tell us what you think.
Sorry.
Tell us what you think, Azania.
Sorry.
Here she's in the game now.
And let's see what production she gets going. But she is instant offense, been a highlight reel of this tournament. One of my favorites. Should honestly be a sponsored by Nike for the awesome hijab that they have out now.
Sharaway for three. That was long. She gets the long rebound. Puts it up. Oh, good play. That's why you follow your shot. Yeah, that would be interesting if she got a deal with Nike getting a hijab sponsorship.
Yeah, have you seen those? They are really...
Yeah, they are. You were showing me earlier.
Yep. Real streamlined. She would be a great candidate for it.
Salimatu Berti down low to Kwaku. Good job on the boards by Nanu, but has to have a better finish.
They've only got 1 second. They've got to shoot the ball. And they don't get it up.
That's where Mabel Amani has to be alert as the point guard especially. This was Sharaway chasing the missed three and putting it up and in.
Yeah, she's had some good little minutes.
52 apiece. Tahedi. The getaway puts it in the left, and here they come again. Gateway. It's a 2-point lead for Egypt. Yomi entry pass, and Gateway gets in there and ties up Kwaku. Well, that was the right idea, the bounce pass, but still she was able to tie her up, Gateway, and that was her at the other end.
Yeah, good little spin move from her.
Well, she's having another sound day. I thought she already had 11 points. I think she's got 13. Just looking at my stats. Yeah, she does indeed. She has 13 points. For some reason, they're slow to register some of these things.
They're tied.
There
also,
you go.
Jeff.
Now she's got the 13. So entry pass to Gateway. The Hilltopper travels. And she needs to be careful. No need to lose her composure here in the final quarter.
Great defense there. 3 players by Ivory Coast surrounding her and smothering her, forcing her to travel.
Kwaku, short little jumper. Good position by Abdelgawade. Now Reem Musa. Dumps it to Gateway, and she turns and she runs right into the Cote d'Ivoire. It's almost as if she invites contact and holds the ball up to get the contact and to get to the line. Look at this.
And a little screen too at the end to play the foul. That's a great job there for her though. Ivory Coast a little bit slower where the play before all 3 players got there to trap. If I'm her, I mean, she's doing a great job putting the ball up and causing the foul, but maybe catch the ball, be a little bit more poised, wait for the traps to come and find your teammates who are wide open.
Sharaway has it knocked out of her hands by Berti. And Abdelgawade misses, and because it didn't hit anything, it's the violation. So it's only a 2-point lead. Gateway to Dahidi, and she makes the pass. Beautiful play. Beautiful play. Great catch by Abdelgawade, and great finish.
Soraya Dahidi is struggling offensively, but there she is, putting her teammate in a successful offense to get the easy layup there. So good job by her. There we see the layup assisted by Soraya.
Driving in, Abdelgawade once again, this time looking to get to the line.
Egypt's getting frustrated that they're saying Ivory Coast are fouling them. They are not. They are keeping their hands up straight and making it difficult for Egypt to finish.
Bertie. Nope, thought it was going to be in. Now Dahidi, trouble for Cote d'Ivoire. And look at that. She's automatic. She really is. Maybe the coach's strategy is to try to get the other players to her level by giving them minutes. That's all I can think.
You only get better with playing with better people, Jeff. You don't get better with your best player on the bench.
Sharaway. Here's another good spell of play from Egypt, and it's coming at the right time, but Nanu blocks Abdelgawade, and now Cote d'Ivoire and Diawara gets inside, and El Sharaway stands tall against the block. And Abdelgawade holds up. Musa El Sharaway comes back down the floor, and the coach looks over at El Sharaway like, why are you so slow getting back? Bounce pass to the head. Oh, she gets rejected by Nanu. Right idea, but seeing some good things from Nanu on the shot blocking front in this game. She is again. Oh, it's just a great.
All ball, Jeff.
Yeah, a great rejection. Here she is finishing, however. What a marvelous player. Kind of takes your breath away sometimes, doesn't it? Looking at the highlights.
Yeah, I told you. That's why I want her in the game.
Yeah.
So I can't breathe up here. But it's only a 6-point game. Ivory Coast still in it. 3 minutes 37 on the clock. That's plenty of time to make a run here.
But look, see who was doing the timeout for Egypt? It was the assistant. And the head coach had sat down as if he'd had enough. Agricola Kwaku.
Well, you would like to see this intensity all the way through. He is very passionate and wants this win to finish 7th, which is still a great standing
7th
for
is
them.
better than 8th.
Yep, and also, were they even supposed to be in this top 8?
But even more importantly for me is that you want to leave with a win.
Correct.
And
but they should have been going home 2 games ago. So
ranking points.
Right, they need these ranking points.
They'll come in handy.
Yeah. Reem Musa here with the ball out of bounds.
They get away. Well, turns into trouble. Somehow they get a ball up there, and Diawara has the ball. They pass it up to a sprinting, and Dahidi goes down, goes for the block, but Colga is fouled and will go to the line.
I would love to see that replay.
I think it was the swiping motion.
Uh-huh.
And on this play, it looks like El Gateway might have just given her last ounce of
effort.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, she just hits the floor, and then I think somebody else trips over her. Yeah, kicks her in the, I don't know. She's definitely been on the floor a lot today.
Oh, I think maybe El Sharaway called her.
Stepped on her. I think she steps on her thigh.
That is a case of we are at the end of a a tough old tournament for these players, and she is exhausted.
Yeah, that's disappointing for her because she's definitely been getting better every day she plays. So glad to see she's up. I think she just got stepped on by the thigh area. Obviously, she rolled her ankle. She redoes her shoelace.
What about Fatma Ali? Are we going to see her?
Keeps her on the bench also.
Where is she? Does she come out to help?
No, she's on the end of the bench, feeling sorry for herself.
That's bizarre, isn't it? She hasn't come out. She's the only one. Maybe she doesn't feel well.
Maybe. She also has her warm-up jersey on, so...
She's not going in. Nope. Look, if you keep looking where she's going to sit down. No. She just walked past her anyway. Well, it seems like with Egypt, they're just trying to get to the finish line.
Yeah.
58-52. Egypt on top, and Kolga misses the first and the second. And the rebound now to Hetty, and I think she'll hold up because Cote d'Ivoire got back. Les éléphants. I like saying les éléphants. You say the elephants because you don't like les éléphants.
Yeah, you love anything extravagant to say.
Here's his Dehedi for three. Nope, she was open. She was going for a dagger, but Cote d'Ivoire have another chance. Kouyaté and Minatala Awad with the rebound.
I think Raheem Musa has done a good job commanding this team.
Yeah.
The point guard.
Do you not see why I liked her so much after the opening day?
I could see that. Now, honestly, because she fell off a little bit a couple games, but here she is with the ball, getting the foul. I definitely think she has got better throughout the tournament. Here she is, number one. Really been a floor general for Egypt.
Yeah, she's a talent. I like her.
You did. You thought
From the
first day
very
you
beginning,
thought she was the best player.
to the point that I had an argument with one of our colleagues saying she was the best. And then she came out and had a bad second game.
Yeah.
But since that point, she's been really tough. Abdel Alim passes it over to Awad, and that's her spot. She just does not miss.
Sure is. 15-footer.
It is incredible. She is money in the bank.
Yeah, what's that, 12
that
for her?
area.
Yep, 12 points.
Fofana. Bounce pass. Kouyaté. Over to Mariam Kouyaté for three.
Still in the game.
1:56 to go. It's a 5-point game. That was, if that one slipped out and Egypt had rebounded, you could have probably said it was going to be Egypt's game. But now we know how things can go with this Egyptian team. They've got some work to do, and traveling is the call.
Good job, Ivory Coast, forcing them into the travel there. And yet again, Egypt's coach loses his mind because that is such a simple thing.
This was the three that injected some life into Cote d'Ivoire. Ooh, almost a travel. I thought she did. And Diawara over to Kouyaté. Now, Kolga back to Kouyaté. Diawara off the iron, and now Dehedi in the open floor. What will she do? She looks for space. Now she's happy to dribble some time off the clock.
Egypt need a full 24-second play. They need to run this clock all the way down and get a good shot right at the end.
Now Musa is the player that needs to have the ball in her hands. It's go time. She gets inside. No. Over to Awad, who's the expert of the mid-range jumper. And Alpha looks on with a smirk.
Yeah, he's not calling a timeout. He's just going to let his team play. See what they come up with.
Another three. Well,
wow.
And that makes it 62-58 with 48.5 seconds. So 62-58, they were very slow to register the points. Strange looking at Fatma Ali. Doesn't seem like a happy camper.
ايدي في وشها، ايه المشكله؟ انا بعتمد ان هي تجلي بس، ده وقت التركيز، ده وقت التركيز. لازم نمنع الباسكت حتى لو جابوا باسكت يبقى 4 بونت. C'est bon? Des attaques coûtent.
Well, Coach Kwako, the assistant, is once again doing the coaching on the sidelines, and
Yeah.
Alpha, the
Head
head
coach
coach,
is
just
over it.
seems
1, 2, 3.
He's ready to go home.
just
Your team's in the game here. He didn't call a timeout. He doesn't talk in the timeout.
it's a strange one.
Yeah, I mean, he's over it too. Long week of the tournament.
You're going to ask him about that in the press conference?
I think I will. Because he
French?
doesn't, because he's still in this game. I mean, now it's at 48 seconds, but his team just hit a big 3.
What will you say? How can you expect? Look at Awad, 14 points. How can you expect your team to keep fighting if you don't?
That's the question.
But
Million-dollar
maybe he's
question.
sending a message. If you're not going to listen to me, I'm not going to waste my time. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe we just don't know. Well, Sherwood's going to inbound the ball, and why did DOR foul with 19 seconds on the shot clock?
They're not in they're not over the bonus, are they? No.
It wasn't. Yes, it was DOR who committed the foul.
Egypt's coach, on the other hand, is he's going to coach all the way to the very end. And his team's going to win because of it.
Get away over to the thriller, the Khidi. 8 on the shot clock. Soraya Dehedi looks for space. She's got to launch it. She does. Off the back of the iron. And the ball goes back to Cote d'Ivoire with 16.2 seconds to go. Well, it was almost as if they decided we're going to take it down to the final second, because it's more important to take seconds off the clock to get any type of execution for a point here. And but still, with 16.2 seconds left, I could see Egypt losing this game. I can see
I don't.
a 3 or a made 3. Oh, look, he's back.
Yeah.
Comme ça, on peut arracher la balle encore et puis marquer, ok? Et puis ça exprès, soufflez puis vous repartez. Quand on va bouger la balle en hauteur.
Everybody's fed up with everybody looking at that.
Allez, on y va.
Where, on the other hand here, Egypt's coach, yes, he's very animated. Yes, he might shout. But he's definitely coached all the way through and truly deserves this win.
He's shouting at his team to get out there and run because he's worried they're going to inbound the ball. Stranger things have happened. They're going to inbound the ball without them. Right. They run the play. Yomi puts up the layup. Kuyate. And the ball goes back over.
Coach calls a timeout for Egypt.
To Egypt. And it's frustration here for Cote d'Ivoire. Well, it's one of those situations where, if you think about it, you were close to getting to the pre-qualifiers in the general context with a 14-point lead yesterday for Cote d'Ivoire, who have 19 turnovers today, to 25 for Egypt. And then you lose that game. So then you have to come out and play this one, which is the game you didn't want to play. So the frustration is there for everybody. The players, it's not like they haven't tried, so it's frustrating for them to constantly hear the criticism.
Right, but also it's hard to get yourself re-motivated here. We see Coach struggling too to lose such a game that both teams truly were up and winning, and then they lose in the last, last seconds for Egypt. that is really frustrating. But then you have to find there's some sort of motivation, some sort of grit, energy to come back out here and play a game which is only worth ranking 7th and 8th. You don't want to go home and say, hey, how did you do? We came 8th. It's kind of a bit.
Got to the quarterfinals and then lost all of our games.
Right.
Minatala Awad. So that's how it finishes. Egypt have held on and won 62-58 over Cote d'Ivoire to finish 7th place at the FIBA Women's Afrobasket. And the team shake hands. They are at the end of a busy summer. And 4-point win for the Egyptians. Cote d'Ivoire will go back to the locker room and get showered and dressed and head back to the hotel, get ready for tomorrow, and so will Egypt, who should be a little happier after that performance. I don't want to steal your thunder here, Zany. I know this is your favorite part.
The stats there see Ivory Coast would put themselves in a position. They were winning the rebounding battles, steals, 13 steals there, block shots, turnovers, only had 19. Egypt had 25 turnovers and still find a way to win the game. I do not know how, but they have done it. And there you see the top leaders of the scoring. And, you know, Egypt, they should feel happy because they deserve this win. Unfortunately, yesterday, you know, such a dagger that they lose in the final seconds. And then today, I would say they are the 7th team in this tournament. So a bit of a, I guess, disappointment for Ivory Coast because they had the talent, but I just think they don't have enough on their bench to get them over that hump and just kind of struggled in times and periods throughout the game. But Egypt stuck with it. Their players who played well yesterday came back out today and did the same. And so good job, Egypt. They should feel proud of themselves. They can go back and feel, you know, pretty good about themselves to get the last win. That's always nice to go home with a win because it always is so disappointing to lose. That's 2 in a row Ivory Coast have lost.
It is indeed, and I think both of these teams, though, have given us a lot of some good memories, some difficult memories. I think we were both frustrated with how they weren't able to protect their leads yesterday, especially Egypt, who could very easily have won that game yesterday had they played just a little bit better. But at least they've gotten the bad taste of that collapse to Angola out of their mouths and have come out and gotten a win. And we'll see how they move forward. You know, they've certainly got some potential, and some of their players in America, hopefully they can continue to develop. So it'll be exciting to watch, as well as Musa, see if she continues to take steps forward in her career.
Yeah, no doubt they have great potential. I definitely think they've learned a lot about themselves throughout the course of this tournament. You know, they can't turn over the ball. We've seen them have great possessions offensively and then just turn over the ball aimlessly, no defense, and really killed their momentum. So if they're going to go back and really look at themselves within, what could they do better? They could be in better shape. They could look after the ball. And because truly they are a good, hard-working, fighting team here, as we see the scores of the day and the game coming up later on today. We have Angola versus the Congo, both beating the teams above. Egypt won here 62-58. We'll be back with some more basketball after this.
Playing before they come home, Egypt to website will be right crazy. Rico.